Hello, and welcome. I am Webweaver, and I'm so glad you have found my channel here today. This is where I do a one-card tarot reading just to give us some guidance for our day ahead. As always, these readings are for entertainment purposes only, and I am using the Dreams of Gaia tarot deck, which is different than traditional tarot, so I do have notes that I pull from to help guide my readings until I have these cards memorized. All right, so I'm sorry I've not been on for a couple days. With the state of the world as it is, and the state of family affairs and things like that going on, Friday was my shutdown day. Friday night, I poured a very, very small glass of wine and I walked upstairs to the bedroom and turned on the little space heater and just sat here because I just needed to decompress and shut down. And I did. I actually came up here with the intention of doing the reading, and I just couldn't. I couldn't. So I do apologize that I've been missing in action a couple days. Things are, I just talked to my sister-in-law today, and it's like I'm going between shutdown mode and disaster preparedness mode and blinding rage mode. And so it's more like shutdown and preparedness together, and then the rage sprinkled where it will fit. So that's where I am right now with the state of things in this country. We're also still in winter time. We're getting closer to Imbolc, but I just got an alert today where our wind chills are going to be -15 Fahrenheit Monday night through Tuesday at noon. So I'm really ready for spring. So ready for spring. But it is the new moon today, and I think the waning energy that we felt up until 2:52 p.m. Eastern time, I think I was feeling that, so I'm hoping that maybe now that we've hit the point of new moon and we are into the waxing period, maybe I'll feel a little better. All right, so that's where I've been. I do apologize. So this reading is from Monday, January 19th. Here in the United States, that is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I don't care what orange felon decides that is no longer a day to be celebrated. You know, we're not even cloaking the racism out of that White House right now. But anyway, tomorrow is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I know when I was in school, it was a day of community service. So if you are able to get out and do something to honor that day, despite the governmental decrees, please do so. If you can't get out, but you are able to maybe make a donation. A lot of food banks and shelters have Amazon wish lists and things like that. Not that I support Amazon, but you know, there are things you can do if you would like to do some kind of service in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King tomorrow. So yeah, this reading is for the 19th, Monday, January 19th. Oh, and I wanted to, not that she watches this, but Libby from Meister Tarot, her dear mom passed across the veil early this morning, on the 18th. So I would just like to send love and peace to her and her mom as she crosses, and to her family. Okay. Monday, January 19th. What do we need to know for the day? What's our message for the day? What do we need to know for the day? What's our message for the day? We need to know for the day. What's our message for the day? We need to know for the day. What's our message for the day? We need to know for the day. All right, I am going to split the deck. I do not read reversals. And we have the One of Water. What a dragon that is. That is beautiful. I don't know that we've pulled this one before. This is not coming to mind for me, so I'm thinking we have not. So this card symbolizes the beginning of a new love and those feelings of nervous excitement we experience at the start of a new relationship. It is that growing sense of attraction and infatuation that draws you in and dares you to throw common sense aside. This does not necessarily symbolize a romantic relationship. You are being asked to allow your desire, passion, or attraction to carry you along in its flow and trust that it will take you to where you need to be. So, yes, the example is a relationship, but this card doesn't have to be a relationship of any kind. We all have desires, we all have passions, we all have things that keep us going, even in the darkest of winter despair. We all have things that keep us going. And maybe some of those things we've put on the back burner, maybe some of those things we've said, I don't even know how to start with this, I don't even know what to do. This card is telling us that we need to take those passions, those desires, those things that we want to attract into our lives. And like the water that is the element water, like the river, we always, in my training classes, we talked about the river Weird, W-Y-R-D, and how it was kind of like the flow of life. And sometimes you get, snagged up in things below the surface. Sometimes you get caught in a whirlpool and you're spinning around. Sometimes the flow is really fast and rushing by and maybe even dangerous because of a flood. Sometimes it's barely even moving. Wherever you are, let those passions and those desires help you flow forward, help you continue on down your river Weird. And just trust that you are using those skills, those passions to get where you are meant to be. Wherever that is. And even though we are in the most dystopian of times, I mean, what was it? Yesterday, I'm reading on Facebook, which I finally have taken off my phone because I just can't. I'm reading about all the things happening between the United States and Greenland and all of that, and then I scroll and find out that we're wheeling an Artemis rocket out to do lunar missions. What? The world is burning. What are we doing right? What is happening? What is happening? That is where I am right now. What is happening? So we have to trust that despite the craziness of the world, if we allow what we love and what we desire and what we want and the passions we have, the things that fuel that fire within us, we need to let them take us where we need to be and trust that we're going to get there using those skills and those passions. Even if it feels like we are spinning in the swirling whirlpool on the side of the river Weird, find a way to use those skills and those passions to get you back into the flow, to get where it is you need to be. All right, so I will leave that there. If you would like to meditate on the imagery of this card, feel free to pause the video. Hopefully the sound was all right. I didn't charge my mic, so I just didn't put the adapter in, and it's just my phone. So hopefully that works. But I will be back tomorrow with our next reading as we prepare for whatever this next week will bring. I hope you all have a lovely Sunday evening and that your Monday is gentle for all involved. Blessed be.